up guys, Chris, VA Travels, and I'm out here. I'm in the Shenandoah Valley. I'm in Page County. This is kind of an impromptu stop. I'm going to take a tour of the Luray Train Station Museum, and it's also the welcome center for the county. And real quick, I can tell you this place was built, the station was built in 1908. The original was built 1881. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk through here, take a quick tour. All right, here we are, Luray Railroad Museum. A map of the lines on the ground here. And looks like final destination here, Philadelphia. So this line would be headed southwest, going down through Hagerstown, breaks off DC and Baltimore, going down past Front Royal. Here we are, Luray. Keeps heading down past Waynesboro, Natural Bridge, and then you've got Roanoke. And then you head east to the final destination here. Yeah, and that's where the coal was broke off all around the world. And these little plaques here on the ground, shipping coal, Norfolk, since 1885. And yeah, this is just for the Luray Railroad Depot. And all the trains were built, big train shop there in Roanoke, building giants of steam since 1881. And yeah, the Pocahontas mines, that's the whole reason this area was so popular. There was a coal vein found down here, home of America's finest coal, and it would have been right here, Pocahontas coal vein. All right, so Bristol, this would be the southern part of the state. So I guess we're looking east, so we kind of be looking north here. And yeah, headed northeast right there. Start off over here. And some signal lanterns. Oh, and here's a train, a homemade train whistle built by this guy, John Herman. Little map of the lines. And Shenandoah, there's a big rail yard down there. And yeah, line going up through the valley. The first and last spike. And so the line was originally owned by the Shenandoah Valley Railroad. Like I said, built in 1881, and it was purchased by Norfolk and Western in 1890. So it lasted about 9 years. Last spike was driven, or the first train came through April 18th, 1881. And yeah, it's all the industries in the area. The amount of reserve freight carried. Okay, so 71 million tons were carried in 1944 alone. Got a timeline over here. Luray established 1881. Became the county seat, Page County, 1831. As I said, line was completed 1881. And the peak years here were kind of in the 30s, 40s, mostly during World War II. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. And the giants, and like I say, Roanoke was the big train shop. Swelled with over 10,000 laborers. Kind of goes through everything I was saying. It was purchased by Norfolk and Western 1890. And yeah, coal was king. These steam lines. Okay, yes, this talks about that Pocahontas vein, 12-foot thick vein of coal found on a hillside. Yeah, it looks like they lit the coal, saw it burn clean. And yeah, the vein was named after this guy Kimball's wife. It was named by his wife. She named it Pocahontas. And this guy Frederick Kimball, he was the vice president of Norfolk Western. And yeah, brought a lot of people to the area. Laborers, miners from South Africa who had worked in the diamond mines, masons from Italy, African Americans migrated from the deep south. And it was kind of known as a tough little town. A lot of gamblers, saloon owners, 42 million tons of coal shipped in 1930. 5 million passengers carried in 1944 alone. All right, and this trestle right here is kind of a famous trestle for any railroad fans out there. Cool little map of the area. So yeah, it comes down to Roanoke, bounces over, and here's the other side of that timeline. So 1963, passenger service ends here at Luray, but it still handles freight and telegraph service. And all rail activity ceases in the 1880s, and in 1999 the town buys the depot. And then yeah, you can see some restoration going on. All right, uniform over here, Norfolk and Western, and Porter's uniform. Looks like a menu over here, breakfast a la carte. All right, so the little office set up back here, and all right, so it looks like they play some old random songs here. Perry Como, Duke Ellington, Peggy Lee, and they also give the fireside chats here from Franklin Roosevelt. Yeah, Orson Welles news broadcast. Yeah, going through the war, old clock, and the whole railroad industry. That's what kind of synchronized time across the United States. I think it was in the 1880s they developed time zones, keep everything on time. Yeah, the color berry, and of course the whole railroad. The peak was during the whole segregation era. So this guy, David Lipscomb, was instrumental in restoring the Luray train station. All right, telegraphy. I've got a little interactive thing over here. Your telegraph key up here. Joined by wires. Introduced around 1840, and by 1860 it was worldwide. So check out this desk over here. Yeah, telegraph key. Ticket agent, hoops and hooks. You see this guy grabbing something, I guess, when he flies by. Used to deliver messages. Yeah, he would swoop up messages using the hoop. Oh yeah, and I remember seeing these down when I was near Newport News down there. Yeah, these semaphores, and yeah, just like traffic signals, green, you're good to go, caution, red, of course, stop when it goes down. And you got the fishtail used for distant signals. So yellow was kind of more for distant signals. Most were red. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at this big model over here, and yeah, I thought there might be trains running, but maybe just not today, I don't know. Alright, so it looks like this is each of the stations here. Maybe in Shenandoah, here we are. Yeah, those are those little silo things. There's that Confederate statue out there. And this model is 1/87th sized. The Pullman cars, going through the glory days, like I say, 1920s to through the 1940s, heyday of travel, steam rail travel. The Luray Depot, like I say, 1908 this place was built. Purchased by the town, 1999. All the swells right here. And some playing car, Chessie the cat. That was their kind of little advertising, little mascot. And the whole idea was the passenger cars were so comfortable that a cat could nap. I guess these Pullman cars were the luxury passenger cars. $15.10. Price of an excursion from New York to Luray, $11.35 to come from Philadelphia. And we've got some tools over here. Driving the railroad tiles over here. Got a little blowtorch. Yeah, spike hammer, offset wrench. You see these all the time. Little insulators for the telegraph lines. Rules and Regulations, 1951. And I know these are big collector's items for railroad enthusiasts. These locks for the switches, switching tracks. Oh, and obviously Luray Caverns, just a few miles away. And discovered 1878. 4,000 visitors within the first 2 years. The town boomed. Hotels, restaurants, theaters, opera houses, resorts. And you would get off the train here, take a horse and buggy over to the different little spots. And yeah, gateway to recreation. All right, the Luray Inn. All right, so here we are, the Luray Inn, built 1881 by this guy, designed by George Preston, built by Julius Holmes. Let's see, it had gas lighting, telephone service, steam heat. It was around for 10 years and it burned down. And this photo is from the 1920s. So 600 visitors to the Grand Illumination, 1879. More tools over here. Old ball peen hammer. Those offset wrenches, oil can. You've got a chisel back there. Some blacksmith tools. Oh yeah, this is the Rileyville station. And I missed over there was Elgin. Wasn't paying attention. Kind of a small one, it looks like. General store back there. Of course, your church. A little depot over there. Oh, so this is that trestle I was talking about, the Compton trestle. So it's kind of a famous, I guess, in the railroad world trestle. Yeah, it'd be cool if they had a train going. All right. So this is the Roanoke shops where the trains were built. 447 locomotives built at the Roanoke shops between 1884 and 1953. 356. Number of 50-ton all-steel boxcars built in 1944 alone. Wow. All right, yeah, so your boiler room, air room. All right, so here's the Shenandoah big yard here. And looks like the train's going inside, maybe, I guess, for repairs. It's a depot, kind of a smaller one. Yeah, Shenandoah Yard. Trains by the numbers. All right, so yeah, 484. And so it looks like these two wheels up here are just kind of the steering wheels, I guess, the lead wheels. These are your drive wheels, I guess 8 of them. And then your trailing wheels back here to support the crew cab and the firebox. Firebox, I guess that's where you throw in the coal. And the Powhatan Arrow, Pocahontas and Cavalier. So yeah, 484. Alright, so yeah, learn something new. Doesn't have the name of, I guess it's a random tunnel. 286 locomotives owned by Norfolk and Western in 1951. All were steam. Okay, so the final days of steam, looks like operations ended in 1960, and they were the last to switch to convert to diesel. So yeah, the end of an era. Of course, diesel more efficient, costs less. Yeah. This is the Stanley Station. Okay, cool. Take a walk outside. Okay, a couple trunks out here, a little wagon, and I see some little markers down there. Over there, American Legion building. And I'm not a military guy. I don't know what type of gun that is, but... And I believe that's an old schoolhouse. I'm going to walk over there in a little while. Yeah, it just talks about how it hauled everything. Paper, cars, coal, of course. All the different conductor, yardmaster, terminal superintendent. Alright, just gonna walk around in front of the building. And I got some brochures inside. I'm going to eventually do a little walking tour through the town of Luray. Don't have time today. But yeah, kind of your typical basic looking depot. Got your artsy little love sign. Walk over, take a quick little picture of that statue. Yeah, this is a Civil War monument, 1861, 1865 it says. Bench is dedicated to the war between the states. guess just kind of a random soldier, but I'm gonna walk around back because there's some little schoolhouse back there. Here's an artsy, no, this is a ram or something. Made of horseshoes. Yeah, Page Public Library. Kind of a cool looking little gazebo type thing over there. And yeah, the town's up that way, and she said take a right. So over here, the Massanutten School. One-room school was originally located in the Massanutten section of west of Luray. It was moved to this site in 1974. It is furnished with desks, a cast iron stove. It served as a school back on its original site until the 1930s, it said. And I should ask the lady if yeah, take a look at this gun. Oh, cool. Shot of the back of the building. All right, so over here, slave auction block. A sandstone block. It stood on the corner of Main and Court Streets at the Chamber of Commerce building. Yeah, so used to have one of those in Fredericksburg. And yeah, some sort of military gun. Like I say, American Legion Post 22. The Page County Railroad Club is in there. They're open Saturdays 1 until 4 p.m. So kind of a good picture right there. So all right, well, that's it for the Luray Railroad Museum.